Tank versus Frank the Ghost Martin. Tank walked out to the intro of Ghostbusters, alluding to how he was going to bust this ghost ass on national television. Tank literally told Frank what he was going to do to him in the press conference, that he was going to karate chop, 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 chop that ass down. That's how you know you are a GOAT, when you can tell the opponent your game plan and how you're going to eliminate them, and there's still nothing they can do about it. In the earlier rounds, Tank started off slow as usual, downloading his opponent's timing, and Frank was up on the scorecards with his consistent jab and a few counter punches. And the majority of the first 5 rounds, he won them. But at the same time, he was winning, but he never looked in control, because Tank was walking him down the entire time and somehow eating all the bigger man punches. This is another thing that Tank doesn't get credit for. He can take shots and switch up his style depending on the opponent. And within the match, he can switch up his style as well, whenever he needs to. He is a very high IQ fighter. After the 6th round, you can hear Tank coach tell him, "You got to win the rest of these," and boy oh boy did he turn on a battery in his back. You could tell Tank came out on a mission from round 7, not only walking Frank down, but he started delivering haymakers to the head and into the soul of the ghost. In the 8th, Tank hit Frank with an uppercut that made his knees buckle and followed up with a cross that was a complete exorcism that turned the lights completely off on Frank the Ghost. Martin should have went down from that initial uppercut that buckled him, because he could have possibly got up from that, but it was no way he was getting up after that follow-up. Absolutely not. Overall, Frank is a good boxer. There's a difference between good and legendary though. He needed to get more reps before facing Tank. Also, I think Frank still has the heart of a champion because he took his L and made no excuses like Ryan Garcia. I think he is still something to be on the lookout for in the future for other boxers. This will end up being an amazing learning opportunity for him. I think this will make him better and not fall off versus other fighters just because of how he handled himself afterwards. I feel like Frank really showed us how the Shakur fight would go, because they fight similarly and always moving backwards looking for a counter. Tank would probably walk Shakur down in the corner and destroy him as well. Although Shakur does have a little more endurance than Frank, he is certainly not stronger than Frank Martin. So I do not see the edge of him winning right now. But what are you guys' thoughts on this whole fight and the future of boxing?